No one's got any thoughts on the podcast? Adasha? Taylor? Jam? Hetty? No? Let's go again, shall we? Should we listen to it as a group?
Do you struggle to sleep at night? Have you got an old mattress? Well, if you're not sleeping, you might as well be working down the mines.
Skip the ad.
The hottest new workplace in town is a retro throwback. Coal is the new solar, and we've got shifts starting at midnight, running through till dawn.
Oh, probably could have skipped that, actually.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Like a Boss. Every week we've had super special one-on-ones with some of the biggest sharks in the business tank, but a lot of you have been asking for stories from lower down the food chain. So today we're joined by Alex, the creative director of Content, a brand new video agency based.
It's content.
Oh, what did I say?
Content.
And it's
Content. Like happy content.
Must be hard to Google, you guys.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, well, in a world of big fish, content are self-described plankton at the mercy of...
With plankton?
Well, yeah, you know, so like direct digital video would be sharks, content are plankton.
Sorry, it is actually content.
You really latched onto that thing you said about plankton.
Me? Hetty, you're the one that wrote in our press release. Content are plankton, krill, bottom feeders.
Oh, yeah.
You realise that's our company, right? The company that you work for, the company that your mother's very generously funded, just till we find our feet, you know.
Every ecosystem needs plankton, Alex. No shame in it.
You know, I went to school with a guy called Plankton. No, wait, it was Patrick. Wait, is Planktrick a name?
Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry if I seem ungrateful, but this is a team effort, and when stuff like this happens, it's almost like we're trying to, I don't know, self-sabotage just to piss off Hetty's mum, you know?
I mean, in the big picture, Alex, this podcast doesn't matter.
Thank you, Jan.
When this government is replaced by eco-anarchism, none of this will exist.
Okay, until then...
Wait, does that mean that we'll have to work in the car park?
Yeah. If you go now, you'll get a corner office.
Yes, please. We could always do another podcast, switch up the messaging.
New plan. Change the messaging, switch it up. We find a new podcast ASAP.
Second attempt podcast, ASAP.
My primary's flatmate works at Girly Boss.
Are you serious? Why didn't you mention that before?
I think I've mentioned my primary plenty of times.
Girly Boss has a massive following. That's good.
Girly Boss is stupid, Alex.
I'm Polly.
Plus, clues in the name, it's for girl bosses.
True. Just didn't think you'd have much to say about moon bugs, my dude.
Moon cups.
I'm totally on board with those, by the way. Reusable.
I know it's for girl bosses. That's why I want you to go on it. You're our woman.
No.
Well, come on, who else is it going to be?
What about...
Well, you know, it's hard to work in a car park because there's 17 cars, one motorbike, no scooters, and not a single skateboard.
Hetty, you are our only vaguely suitable candidate, please. Come on, your mum's entire investment hangs in the balance.
Fine, I'll do it.
You will. Thank you. Thank you.
Exchange of heart.
This is not going to end well.
You didn't have to drive me.
Well, that's my pleasure. It's fine.
No, it's like a 5-minute walk.
Well, I wanted you to be relaxed, you know. You've got to give the best impression possible. You got your notes?
Nah,
I've got some notes.
What?
don't need them. Got it memorised. I work for content.
It's content. I mean, content. I mean...
You know what? That was wonderful.
It
Thank
was
you
a real
so
treat.
much. See you soon.
Bye.
What's up?
You must be Hetty. Shall we get
Yeah,
started?
let's do it.
I'm Alex as well.
Do sit down.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Alex.
Okay.
Jesus! Sorry.
So, Hetty, you work for Content.
It's actually content.
Oh. And how would you define the company's core mission statement? What makes content tick?
Well, we make videos.
Okay, so you're a content producer. You create content which you then distribute for clients or otherwise.
Yeah, or otherwise. Yeah.
And would you define yourself as a girly boss? Does femininity come into your leadership style?
Sometimes I wear skirts.
That is so interesting. These little fashion statements that in a male-dominated corporate world are actually transgressive and revolutionary. But I'm sure you're just being modest. I mean, being creative director of a
Creative
fledgling
director?
company.
She's not creative director. Hetty, you are not creative director.
My inspiration is probably Anne Boleyn.
That is such an interesting dialectic to bring up, isn't it? I mean, the idea of female power and how history has blamed us for our ambition. But you've resisted that in your role as creative director, and moreover, of a creative company, a field normally dominated by straight, white, rich men.
Yeah, men.
And so to slightly move on, and I hope you don't mind me asking you this, but your mother is very successful in her own right, admittedly in a totally different industry. Has she ever helped you with your career?
Yep. She pays for everything.
Why?
She's the only reason the company exists. She cares more than I do.
It's so brilliant the way you use humour to counteract stereotypes of female leaders. It's very Anne Boleyn, some might argue.
I'd say child labour laws need to loosen up a bit.
Influencers do get younger and younger, don't they?
Sure.
And you're right to address the moral quandary involved in tapping into those markets.
Am I? Yeah. Bangladesh, Taiwan, North Korea,
Wow.
those guys.
I've got such a sense of your global outlook throughout this podcast. Reaching out almost diplomatically around the world is such a forward-thinking approach. I've got to say, it sounds like content's going to be around for a very long time.
It's pronounced content. Think of it like a tent for a
Just heard Hetty laying down some home truths, and she's the ultimate girly boss. Except for me when I'm on top of your dad.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Ed Gamble, just about to record another episode of Off Menu, but I've just heard the latest episode of Girly Boss, and boy, it's a scorcher. You gotta get Hetty on every podcast going. Got to say, that was sick. Best podcast I've heard in years.
Right, you heard it then.
Yeah, you sounded so different. I had no idea you were a genie waiter.
Al, we were just saying how amazing Hetty was.
Oh yeah, Hetty, the CEO of a trust fund vanity project with 5 employees.
We do have 5 employees. And to be fair,
We can't let the public know that. We'll look like a laughing stock.
We've got 500 new subscribers to YouTube as of this morning.
What?
Yep. They thought I was a really inspiring girly boss.
She's too cool to care. That sells.
But you said our marketing strategy is airdropping dick pics on the tube.
With our logo tattooed.
Hey, I'm as shocked as you.
And surprised.
Just don't understand.
it's possible that her lack of filter and effort made her more appealing. That combined with a host so obviously determined to find empowering interpretations to any possible answer was an assured recipe for success.
Maybe we'll never understand. Can we do some work?